quickly, I wanted to drop this video. So previously I explained how to, create an acquisition process to reach 100K a month. So now today I'm gonna pretty much give out the conversion. How do you get the lead to close and actually fulfill what you can say? So there's three components. I've said it before: is the acquisition, the conversion part of the agency, and the value delivery. Basically, you say you can do this in X time with risk free. Now you gotta prove it basically. But right now, what I'm basically just go through is the acquisition process you need to reach 100K a month. So the first things first, right? Once you hop on the call, what do you need, right? You need an agenda. So the first thing first, like literally, bro, first impression is everything. So the moment you say you act weak is the moment the lead's gonna be like, you know what? I don't really want to invest. I don't really want to work with you. It's because people want to be led. People are weak. People need leaders. They need people to help them out because people are bots. People don't know what they want. They don't know. They don't have, I guess, the mental strength to actually, do something alone. So they need people to be guided. It's like leadership. Leadership wherever you're at is the most important part. Why do people always look at leaders as like, whoa, I want to learn off you? It's because they have certain characteristics. They have the way they speak, the information, the character that they have. It's all important in becoming a leader. So being a leader in sales is incredibly important. I've done sales, I've done door-to-door sales, I've done phone sales. I absolutely hated cold calling. I think it's not the best way to get leads, but I thought that I like doing sales was in-person sales, and I would sell a cleaning product for glasses. And what I did is I had to go up to people. I had to actually come out of my shell. I had to actually help other people because there was a point where I was hitting consistent sales, and I was like, you know what, I want to move up. So I did move up, and people would come in. So I had to take leadership. So basically the manager taught me. Then I had to go. Basically, it's like a chain, right? I had to teach the people that came in, and I had to give them a good example, et cetera, et cetera. So authority and leadership is crazy important when it comes to sales and anything in life, whether it's sports, whether it's school, running a business, whatever it is, right? It's important to have a leadership mindset. So the first things first is you need to have authority. So high status reps are direct and give an agenda and ask if that works. People say most people are dorks. Most people don't know how to do shit. They need a guide. So for example, right? Agenda for today is XYZ. Sound good? You should not conform to what they have to say, but they should conform to what you have to say. It's simple as that when it comes to sales. You should be able to, bring that person in. That's all it is. Literally guide them. Boom. It's like talking to a girl, right? What's your main goal? What do you want to do with that girl? Do you want to go out there? Do you want to take her out on a date, be friends, whatever it is? You have your mind. That's your mindset, right? Whatever it is. If you want to take her out for a date, you gotta somehow guide her there. You gotta like baby steps type thing. Like you have to bring her. You have to bring her to you. So again, it's the same thing with sales, right? With the high status reps, bro, they're just giving out agendas, blah blah blah, boom boom boom. This is what we're gonna do. Sound good? Cool. And low status reps are like, okay, maybe they're sounding dorky, their voice, their tonality, it's not there. So the first things first, bro, you gotta set a good agenda, bro. You have to prepare before the sales call. What are you gonna go through? What are you gonna go over? Usually, what I do, I do the same thing I do here, and I give a model. Boom. That's how it is. Simple. I'm telling you what I can do for you, and I'm gonna show you what I can do for you. Sounds good? Cool. We can work with each other. If not, cool. Boom. Sounds good. Simple as that, right? Next thing you want to do is you want to qualify your lead. How do you want to qualify your lead? Qualify your lead only if you're booked out. Meaning if you're like Charlie Morgan, if you're Serge Guittari, if you're, big creators, or, that's the only time you can actually qualify a lead. The moment you have, maybe 5 sales calls each day, 10, maybe 3 or 4, whatever, right? Don't qualify it. What's better to do than hop on that call? When I first started my agency, I would only qualify people like, oh man, these people, they only have 0 to 1K a month. And, blah, blah. I was dropping assumptions right off the bat. And it's like, I wasn't able to close deals because I was focused on things that didn't really matter, right? Qualifying is more than just, does this person fit my criteria? It's literally, bro, any person can fit your criteria. Anybody can. If they have the money. Everybody has money. I've dropped a video like that on my Instagram. You can go check it out. It's basically saying everybody has money. You just have to get their money into your pockets. It's just the attention. How do you grab their attention? How do you get these people to come to you, right? But that's off topic. But with qualifying, right? You should not have a qualification process if you're just starting out. Take on every sales call, take on every lead, do the same thing again and again. The reminders, the sequences, whatever it is, the nurturing process, whatever you have, do it again and again and again. And the moment you do it again and again, you gain expertise, you gain knowledge. You be like, okay, this is how things work. So now, you know what? Next time I know, when you do qualify a person, when you're finally booked out, you got 100 tons of appointments each week, right? That's the moment you can actually qualify. You can only qualify based off experience, based off like, we've had experience with these people in the past. They have the same exact, goals. I don't think it's the best fit for our company, blah, blah, blah. That's the moment you should qualify rationally, not based off emotions. Now, my favorite part is discovering the problems, right? How do you discover problems? How do you actually get the lead to actually want to buy? And it's called the doctor method, right? When I was in sales, this is crazy, bro. I used this and I was like, bro, this is insane. It's basically asking questions, right? When a doctor touches your pain, you go in and you have a sore, your knee's hurting or your arm, right? You have this bum and they're touching, how like the doctor usually touch your the part that's painful or your stomach, whatever it is, right? Do the same thing with your prospect. Do this literally, bro. Touch on their pain. Ask open-ended questions. When you ask open-ended questions, bro, they're more likely to open up. You get more information out. You care. It shows that you care more. You have to care, right? It shows that you care. It shows like, man, you know what? Gio knows what he's saying, man. Like it's crazy. Like his open-ended questions, they're very specific. And you can't just ask any open-ended questions, right? It has to be specifically you have to build a framework, how to create open-ended questions, right? Specific questions, psychological questions, right? Stuff like that. These are what's going to get you to actually close the deal. Building empathy, you have to be empathetic, right? It's literally with anything. As a business owner, as a salesperson, if you want to become a leader, you have to learn to build empathy for people. And it's simply, you're a human, you know what they're going through. Now it's basically just kind of one-on-one connected, right? So it's important, bro. Just literally learn to build empathy and like so that you actually care with the open-ended questions, because again, the open-ended questions go a long way. It's like you're digging more information and it's like they're like, okay, he's interested, okay, they're you're getting that person involved, right, in the conversation, because that's what you want to do. You don't want to have, you're blabbering and you don't have really getting involved. Again, you want to do that again and like ask questions, get them involved, build that relationship up, build that empathy up. Now, the next thing you want to do is pitch. What does your service do? Sell the benefits and the experience. This will get you to charge more. So how do you charge 1K, but you want to charge 3K, but how? The thing is just simply like selling the experience. What are you going to sell? You can't just sell them. Oh yeah, I run ads. Cool. There's 1,000 other media buyers. But what are you going to do to set yourself different from everybody else? You got to sell the experience, bro. What's the transformation? Sell, what else? I mean, just selling the experience, bro. Literally just, you do this XYZ. We don't just run ads, we do XYZ. You get what I'm saying? It's just simple. Follow along, right? Now asking questions about the program. Allow your lead to have time to ask questions about your program. Every question answered should be in detail. Touch on big details, choose your wording correctly. This determines if you know what you sell. This is the very important part because this is really a turnoff for a lot of people. Asking the right questions, right? When they ask you a question, you can't just be like, so let's say for example, right? They say, what does your service consist of? Okay, cool. Well, it consists of us just running ads. We manage your ads. That's it, right? That's all you answered, like three, 4, 5 words. No, you should be giving a constant value. Be like, okay, we provide strategies and that's how we do it. Blah blah blah. Copywriting, whatever it is, right? You have to answer the question in depth. Why this makes you look like an authority? This makes you look like, oh, you know what? Gio knows what he's doing. Gio knows what he's saying. Gio is a profession. He's a professional in what he does. He specializes in running ads. He specializes in scaling agencies. Whatever it is, right? That's what it comes to asking questions. I always do recommend you just literally, bro, once you hop in sales calls, write down the questions they have. After the sales call, answer the questions in depth, practice, read it over. Bro, you'll literally get them to close even more. Number 6, price. Popping up the price can be difficult. I use closing line, it works well. Like I said, I used to work in an old sales job where we would literally pitch to people in person. We'd have to be like, excuse me, sir, blah, blah, blah. You're literally the lead generation person. You literally go get the lead, close the lead, and fulfill the service at the same time. And it was great. It was insane. I learned a lot. What I would do in that job, and I would say the same thing all over and over again. It's simply, would this be cash or card? But since you're doing it online, you're doing a remote sales, you want to do something different, right? Give your lead an option. Be direct. Don't beat around the bush. Beating around the bush, bro, is something I did a lot when I started doing remote sales. And it took me a long time to actually close my first deal because I was like, I don't know how to put out the price. I don't know how to put out the price, blah, 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 right? I didn't know. And so I was like, fuck it, bro. Let's just put it out and see how it goes, right? So since you're doing remote sales, you'd be like, would this something you can pay? People usually say this, would this be something you can pay now or later, meaning finance? And the reason this doesn't work is because you have no authority. I remember hopping on people's sales calls and they would tell me the same thing, be like, they send me the link and they'd be like, can you pay this now or can you pay this later on? Meaning financing, right? And it doesn't work. It's because one, you don't have an authority. I need to be guided. I need to be like, okay, well, I mean, what do you recommend me to do? Or maybe according to me, the financing and paying is me, but you have an authority. You have to give them an option, but like be direct at the same time. It's like for you, it'd be like, would you prefer a payment link, an invoice, something like that, and just send it to them? That's it, right? Where do you want the lead to go? That's it. All you're doing is just guiding the lead. Objections. I need to think about it. My wife, I just got divorced, my dog died, et cetera, whatever it is, right? What I do recommend when it comes to this, especially now that I've, gotten deeper into sales, is literally just move the objection. That's all it is. Move the objection, and then you'll literally understand what's the root. So, negotiating, financing link if you're gonna finance. So with the financing, I do recommend going 50%. Simply, if you go less than 50%, you can bring on negatives, especially if you're running ads. So if you're running ads, I don't want you to, you charge 10K, don't go for 3 or 4K, right? Because you're gonna be running on negative. You gotta pay people labor, et cetera, right? So you gotta make sure you actually, get that 50%. Because if you get, again, 50%, you're going to be running anything below 50%, you're going to be running on negatives. So setting expectations, how are things going to look from now on to the onboard process, clear and concise steps. So once they've invested, how are things going to look like from the moment they invested to the moment they're going to get onboarded? Have a contract, whether you have a group or not, add them to your school, set up payments, whatever it is. If they're doing, $5.99 for 10 months, whatever it is, right? You set up the payments, right? And then this is the most important one. And the reason why it's important is because you have to wait 24 hours before you can onboard your client. The reason why is because when it comes to the sales call, people always have these emotions when they're going into the sales call. They're like, oh, I'm so excited, or these just emotions bottled up, right? And the reason why we wait 24 hours is because we let them sleep on it. And if we don't let them sleep on it, and you got into Discord right away, they're gonna see people getting results, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm not getting results," blah blah blah. They're just gonna see people getting a lot of results, and they're not getting anything. So it's gonna be like, bro, I kind of want a refund. I'm not seeing results. So that's what we do it for. We wait 24 hours for them to actually let the emotions settle in, and then add them to the group, whatever it is, Discord, school, whatever you have, right? And then just onboard them from there. So that's pretty much it for today's